What's up, everybody? It's your girl T, and I want to welcome you all to my channel, The Book of T. I'm T. You are who you are. Okay. As you can see, I'm not in my room. I'm not at home today. I'm actually on the road, up in New York, in Rochester, New York, and I got to do a school visit for Rochester Prep Academy, and y'all, them babies, it's so cute. So I had to come represent and read and just, tell them about my journey. So y'all didn't ask all that, but I just thought I'd tell you why I look like I'm put together today, because any other day I would not. So there's no cozy, no dogs today, no children. So it's just me. No shenanigans popping off today. But anyway, let's get into it, friend. Are you ready? Okay. So like I said, this is part 3 of life lessons I've learned of my 41 years on Earth. And so I think we're on 21 down. Yeah. So number 21 said, baby, 40 is actually when things get happen in life. Like this, the lesson I learned. Clearly, I just learned that last year when I turned 40. Let me tell you something. The closer I got to 40, I noticed how I didn't really have time for the bullshit. Like it just seemed like the level of tolerance was like dwindling down. And I also was starting to realize that I need to do some things. Like there are some things I want to do in my life that I need to get done. And so, which is why actually, to be honest, I started writing, like seriously taking my writing career the way that I did, because it was like, I need to do something different. And it just felt like the closer I got to 40, the more uncomfortable I became with just the status quo. And it just seemed for me, and for what I've noticed with other people, with at 40, it's like that turning point. It's not so much that life is about to be over, but life is, but it's like that thing, like life is getting ready to really start. And this is the second half of my life. What do I want that to be like? What do I want it to be for myself? And so I think because like we spend a lot of our time, like our teenage years, we're kind of like whatever, like hormones are starting. So we just kind of all over the place. 20s is like we're exploring, like we're trying to figure ourselves out. 30, you kind of like, okay, you're starting your career, you might be starting a family. It just depends on where you are. But 40 is different. 40 is like, I don't got time. I can only imagine what 50 and 60 and 70s is like, okay. But 40 is where you just like, nah. And it might be because there's a lot of life happening around. This is also the age where it's like relationships are changing, health is changing, kids are like, it's a lot happening. So 40 is like, it's popping out here. I like it here. I ain't gonna hold you. I do like it here. Number 22, be kind, not nice. I'm still learning this lesson. So I've always confused the two. I don't know if you did this too, confuse being kind with being nice. And so what I've been told, and in fact, it was a colleague of mine, I was grading some papers and I was like, well, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to say something that will be offensive or, that would hurt the student. I want to make sure that I'm giving sound feedback. He's like, yeah, you can still do that without lying to them, without trying to spare their feelings. Like you need to be able to give them this constructive feedback, right? So when we're talking about being kind, we're not talking about you being a pushover. We're talking about, I can be kind. I can tell you, you know, yes, I can go with you to the store, but no, I'm also not about to drive us. If you want to go to the store, you want somebody to go with you, we don't have to use my car. You want to go to the store, not me. My bra falling down. Yeah. Listen, be glad I got a bra on because I can't be out here with these kids and my ew. But there's a difference between the two. And they're often confused because we're often trying to be nice to people because we don't want to hurt their feelings. We want them to still like us. We still want them to do. So being nice, I have associated it now that I kind of have a better understanding as being a people pleaser. And I don't have time. As the recovering people pleaser myself, I'm going to set these boundaries. I'm going to let you know, no. I'll be kind about it. I'm going to be like, thank you, love. Good luck. Enjoy. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, be kind. You ain't got to be nice. You can kindly tell that person to screw off. Number 23, self-care is not selfish. As a mama, we are often told that our life stops and begins when we have our children. That everything that we do has to center around those tiny humans that we have chosen to have, and that everything else goes to the wayside. But sis, let me tell you something. Just like you take that car to go get maintenance, just like you go to your doctor to get an annual, just like you do anything else that concerns something else, I'm going to need you to make yourself the main thing. Them kids need to see you doing that. So for me, my self-care is I take long baths, usually on Saturdays. That's my day, take a bath. And I put my bubbles in and I light my candles and I like binge watch. For me, I watch Insecure all over again. Like I've never seen all 5 seasons and I just get sad every time it comes to the end. But self-care is something that's needed. There was an episode I did on my podcast on the other side of Momming where I was talking to Dr. Jenny. Yep. And one of the things that she said that stood out to me, that still stands out to me, is that self-care is maintenance. It is the same concept of everything else that we do that we maintain to take care of ourselves. How are we taking care of ourselves? And sometimes we make it so complicated because we think that self-care has to be very elaborate. We think of it as spa days or vacations. Sometimes it just might be taking a shit, right? By yourself. That might be it. That might you be able to spend 5 minutes on the toilet and nobody bothering you. That might be self-care. You have to get creative. You have to be able to pour back into yourself, because if you're pouring from an empty well, how are you able to even show up for anybody else if you're not showing up for yourself? So we're going to stop doing that and we're going to take better care of ourselves. We're going to figure out what works for us and how we can have self-care. Okay? Self-care is not selfish. Got it? Number 24, motherhood is not the end of it all. Listen, hear me out before you try to come for me. I was in therapy with my former therapist, and one of the things she told me was, your kids are not your final destination, T. They're just your. It was so good, I put that thing on a t-shirt. You hear me? Like, literally, put it on a t-shirt. You can go to momtings.com and go get that shirt. Because oftentimes, that's what we're told. We are made out to be martyrs when we have children. We are told that any dreams that we had prior to those babies coming are no longer. Listen, friend, all I'm saying to you is that motherhood doesn't end it all. If anything, motherhood should be the awakening of you. So for me, that's what it's done for me. My kids have opened up for me. Gosh, they actually reignited passions. The reason why I even started to write again, like really, really write again, was because of my kids. It was because I wanted to see books that had more representation of kids that look like them. It was important for me. And so had I stopped and just kind of relegated myself to just being a mom, and that's it, I'll be doing a disservice. I would not be stepping into my calling. And we just, I think we just have to find that balance. I was a stay-at-home mom for a while, and that was fine because that was the season that I was in. But I still had dreams. I still had hopes. And so I really, really feel so passionately about this. I really want moms to not allow motherhood to be the defining moment. Before you became a mom, you were you. But it takes an act of rebellion sometimes to remember that. And if you don't have a partner who is supportive of you, then of course, like, it even makes it harder. Or if you don't have a support system behind you, kind of backing you. So I encourage you to understand that motherhood ain't the end all to be all. Them kids are not your final destination, because they're going to move out. They're going to have their own lives. They're going to do things for themselves. And you need to be able to live your life too, and not wait till you lukewarm in the grave. We're not doing that because that's a ghetto. Number 25, no is a complete sentence. I am still learning this, that I don't have to give you the explanation. So because of the way my ADHD is set up, I tend to overshare, or I tend to over-explain. That's just how I am. But I'm learning to now answer the question how it's been given to me. Answer the request of how it's been given to me. No, absolutely not. No, 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 no. Doesn't matter how I say it. The no is there. So let's get into a space where we're not having to over explain ourselves. And if the answer is no, the answer is no. The Bible says, let your yes be yes and your no's be no's. Yeah, I think the Bible says that. Let me not just make up Bible passages. I don't usually do that. I do know my word. And I feel like there's something like Jesus has said. But I could be wrong. So I don't. But I do feel like that's what he said. But if he didn't say it, he would have said it. All right. Number 26. My best friends have come in adulthood. And there are a few exceptions, right? But some of my bestest friends, my ride or dies, my new day ones have been since I've been a grown woman. Listen, if you are 35 plus and you are still chanting no new friends, I feel sorry for you. Listen, get you some friends. Do not be out here talking about you lonely, don't nobody like you. Go out and get you some friends. Make you some friends, okay? Don't be weird about this. Just make some friends. It's okay. Okay? All right. That's all I really got for that one. Like, just make some friends. It's really good. And something about adulthood friends, they just hit different. They just hit different. I love that for us. Number 27, pursue your dreams. You got one life. And like I told those kids today, until your life is over, it ain't over. And if you don't got nothing else, like I told one of the kids today, they was like, what would you be doing? Like, what made you like do this? Like, if you weren't able to do this, what would you do? I was like, well, I was a lawyer. That's what I did. I practiced law. But I wanted to write books because it's the thing that I wanted to do. So I figured I'm going to do it. And if it doesn't work out, at least I tried it. We got to try things. We got to do it afraid. Everything will get figured out. But just try, friend. Okay? Okay, good. All right. 28. Fail, get up, start over. I'm going to say it again. Fail, get up, start over. We're so afraid of failing that it paralyzes us to the point that we won't even try. We're going to mess up. We're going to make mistakes. It's part of the course, right? But fail. Because it's in the failure that you're going to learn what you need to do differently for next time. Or maybe you won't. Maybe you learned, I don't need to do this. But whatever it is, allow the failure to happen. Failure is an event. It is not a place. It is not a destination. We don't stay in failure. But you will fail upon life. You will make a mistake. You will screw up. And that's okay. Learn from it. So get up and let's start again. Number 29. Find you a little black dress. I have one, but I don't know if I could fit it no more. I don't know. But it's so cute. And the way it be slimming on your girl, it make me feel like I'm somebody. It's something about a little black dress that's just super sexy and just super cute. So, and I seen that kind of on some other lists where they talk about that, like, as one of the things, like, find a little black dress. I agree. Find you a black dress. It's gonna be cute. You're gonna be cute. And then lastly, number 30, always speak the kindest to yourself. Not gonna hold you. I don't do this well. I'm still working on it. That's why I'm in therapy now. But it's hard to talk kind to yourself when you have been through things and you're used to being criticized or you're used to harsh feedback. So it's a bit of a challenge to be kind to yourself. But if you're not kind to nobody else, be kind to yourself. Pour into yourself. You are doing an excellent job showing up as a mom. You're doing an excellent job showing up as a friend, as a daughter, as a partner, as an employee, as an employer. You are doing your best. And even for the time you're not doing your best, because only you know what your best is, you're not a failure. We're gonna give ourselves grace. We're gonna speak kind to ourselves. Okay? And I know for me, this is an area where I stumble at is speaking kind to myself and what that looks like. So try it, practice it. Even if you start with just telling yourself, I love you. Because when was the last time you told you, I love you? Right? Okay. So that's all I got. That was 21 through 30. And so next week we'll get into part 4 of the series. So let me know what y'all like, what y'all think so far of it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share with the mom, our friend, who needs to hear this. And don't forget to add your own comments. Like, what have you learned? Like, what life lessons have you learned? What are you embracing? I want to know. And I love to engage. So